This is your boy Kwani here, and today I want to talk to you about using physical arts to improve your martial arts and improve your movement. Now, practicing martial arts, especially if you're practicing the 3 distances that I've specified before, you want to practice an art that makes you good with your hands, that makes you good with your feet, and that makes you good with grappling somebody. And that can be judo, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, all that. And then be able to move through those seamlessly so you can have different ranges to experiment with I think, should be a martial artist goal. And then of course, weapons training. But weapons training is like the fourth one. But on top of that, I do feel that while you're doing these pursuits, to also pursue other physical arts. What do I mean by physical arts? From my experience, it can range between dancing, it can range between gymnastics, it can even range between, going with hiking, rock climbing, and at the bare minimum, it can even be, the physical labor that you do. Now, I say those because all those venues, once you've done those in a consistent way, can not only upgrade your physical stature, your physical performance, but also your martial arts performance. An example is one of the things that I like to encourage is that if you are taking up martial arts, you should also take up a dance. For me, the dance that I took up was, break dancing. I'd go from top rock to like this, to doing some popping. And the reason why I say that is because there was an experience when I started martial arts that when I was starting judo, to be specific, we're learning how to do the grappling of judo, how to move, how to off balance an opponent. And the person that was trying to move me when I was, 2 months into judo, gave me major kudos. He was telling me, Quan, I find it interesting that, with most people who have not taken up martial arts, they can be easily moved or they can be easily off balance. But for you, for some interesting reason, you say you've not done judo, but it's very hard to off balance you. And that was when I was, like I said, greenhorn in judo, two months into it. And I give kudos to that because I did breakdancing. I did dancing, doing the whole dance in the clubs, doing from this, and because of me going from here to here, it made my body aware of my balance. It made my body be able to flow in certain directions without losing track, without losing balance. And that's from my experience. The other experience from gymnastics, that same instructor that gave me kudos, he said he'd seen a person in gymnastics do pretty much the self-defense get-up drill, which is you start from here, you kick, reach with your hands, bring your feet in while looking at your opponent. Then you pull and kick with your legs like that. Now, he would note that most of the time when people do that, they'll move maybe 1, maybe 2 feet. He said the person who did gymnastics though would move about like double that. Because with gymnastics, you not only gotta have body control, you also gotta be able to manipulate your body explosively, confidently, in a strong, controlled posture. And because of that training, it led to him being able to get away from that. Other arts I'd go for are other physical pursuits. Rock climbing, when you're rock climbing, you are wrestling with the rock to climb up it. You are wrestling a boulder to go up it. Because of that, your grip strength would be insane. And because of that grip strength, probably makes you a very good grappler, very awesome grappler, ahead of a lot of grapplers. And even physical work, like when you look at old traditional boxers, like from bare knuckle boxers to like traditional boxers, they would have the lifestyle that they would do the boxing and they would go to work, and work would be hard labor for them. Construction work, lumberjack, to where they go out with an axe, chop the wood, break it down, chop it into smaller pieces, move it. Any kind of physical work, after a while, will compact on your martial arts performance. And even most notably, one of our biggest fighters, Francis Ngannou, before he was an MMA fighter, a very powerful MMA fighter, pretty much one of the jobs he had to do was literally shoveling dirt. He'd have to shovel dirt, go from here, and then toss it in the truck. And as you see my hands, as I go from here and then toss, that happens to be the shape of an uppercut, which happens to be one of his most devastating moves if he gets close to you. If he gets close to you, he do an uppercut. And if you've seen some of his fights, that's all it takes is one uppercut to put somebody out. With that being said, I hope this helps. I encourage you, besides your martial arts training, copy, train in other physical arts, whether it be, dancing, whether it be, rock climbing, whether it be perfecting another physical art, or maybe even take up a little bit of a physical job. Do some general labor, do some gardening, do some actual wood lumbering. Even for me, even doing some moving. If you add some moving to the side, being able to carry heavy, awkward weights, awkward objects up and down stairs, up and down in a truck, it's going to build up not only your grip, build up your shoulders and your cardio. And you'll have pretty much a new kind of strength endurance that you wouldn't have had if you just did, some general workouts in the gym and martial arts training. But keep those in mind. Be a pursuer of multiple things. Hope this helps. Stay awesome. Deuces.